Hey everyone, it's Thursday. That means it's time for another Tune-Up Thursday, and these are videos that we put together to help you to take care of your marriage. Now, we're in the middle of a series where we're defining love based on 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 through 8. And we've said that this love is an agape type of love. It's the love that God has for us, and it's a love that God has called us to. And we're looking at this obviously through the lens of marriage, and what is this definition of love? How does that play out in our marriage? And so today we're looking at the part where it says, love does not rejoice in unrighteousness, or there is no joy found in unrighteousness, but rejoices in the truth. Now, here's what that means in our marriage. Unrighteousness. Unrighteousness means it's the opposite of being righteous. And so unrighteousness are things that are opposite of God. And so you have to ask yourself, where is the unrighteousness in our marriage? In other words, where are we not pursuing God, but we're pursuing things of the world, things of the flesh? And that can look like a lot of different ways in marriage. It could be that instead of pursuing God, you're pursuing status, or you're pursuing what you see on social media, that ideal. And so that means you need more stuff. That means that your kids need to be more involved in things. That means that, we're seeking the approval of man. That is unrighteousness, and that doesn't help a marriage. That just hurts a marriage. Maybe in your marriage, it's because unrighteousness is because how you talk to one another, the words that you use to cut one another, words that you use that aren't supportive, that aren't encouraging, that aren't loving. That could be how unrighteousness has creeped into your marriage. Maybe it's you're not leading, husbands, you're not leading your wives well. You're not setting the Christ-like example. As husband, as the leader, you have to go first, and you have to set the example to follow. And maybe as a spouse, that you are not supporting your husband like you should. You're not praying for him, or husbands, you're not praying for your spouse, or maybe you're not praying together. Maybe it's that you've pulled away from church for whatever reason. That maybe this pandemic was an easy way for you to disengage, and you say, you know what, as a husband and a wife, as a family, we need to get back into church. We need to not only attend, but we need to serve. We need to give our marriage, we need to give our family back to God, because it's His anyway. We are stewards. And one of the things about stewardship I want to tell you is that remember that your husband and your wife, they are children of God, and so we need to treat them as such. And that may be a little bit of the unrighteousness, is where we just see, well, that's just my husband, or that's just my wife. No, that's a child of God. And so we need to remember that as we interact with our spouses, as we love on our spouses, as we serve our spouses. So it doesn't celebrate, there finds no joy in unrighteousness. So it's, okay, where are the unrighteous things in our marriage? And how do we start weeding those things out and turning towards God? Because that verse later, it goes on to say later that love rejoices in the truth. And so if you have a heart of love, a heart of Christ-like love, then it's going to burden you to see unrighteousness in your marriage. And so you're going to want to get away from that. But you're going to want to rejoice in the ways that you as husbands and wives are doing the things that God has called you to do. And I think those are things to celebrate. Celebrate your marriage. Celebrate the good that's in your marriage. Celebrate the godly things that are in your marriage. If you pray together, celebrate that. If you read scripture together, celebrate that. If you serve together, celebrate that. Celebrate all the good, because I think we do a lot of nitpicking and a lot of complaining, but we don't do a lot of celebration. So love does not rejoice in unrighteousness. And so we need to look at the ways that we are not following God in our marriage and begin to get rid of those things, but it celebrates or rejoices in the truth. So find ways to celebrate your marriage, because it's a good thing. It's a God thing. All right, do me a favor. Like this video, share this video. Feel free to comment. I love to read your comments. And as always, please, please, please take care of your marriage.